Hello and welcome to a suggestion video for World of Warcraft boss fight. I would like to hear what you guys think, so please leave a comment after watching the video. The basic model of the fight is kind of an upside down pyramid with stretched top, or in this case bottom. The idea of the fight is that you have this very small surface that's keeping the structure up, but is barely standing in balance. Now you can simply give it some HP or perhaps make it a countdown encounter with some sort of enrage. Okay, so this is the side view of the fight. So if there is a player on the left side of the structure doing, let's say, 1000 DPS, the structure will start rapidly falling to the right side. If another player starts dealing damage from the right side at, let's say, a rate of 1200 damage per second, the structure will move back to the left side and start slowly falling in that direction. Okay, let's take a look at the top view of the fight. If we have player 1 doing 1000 DPS from the top and player 2 doing 1000 DPS from the right side, the structure would start falling in this direction with a certain amount of falling speed. Now, if player 3 brings another 1000 DPS from this side, the structure would stand still. So in order to avoid exploits and add some complexity to the fight, we can add mobs with a small stacking and rage buff. So for instance, player 1 would be forced to DPS the ad, to avoid the ad getting too many stacks and killing the raid. A loss of his DPS would of course mean that the structure starts falling again. We can complicate the fight even more for mythic difficulty, where we can add wind, for instance, such as the one on the second boss in Vortex Pinnacle. The wind would increase player's DPS provided he's turned in the proper direction. And it would also move the structure itself. You could add a timer to the wind and make it possible to see where the wind will come. So the raid would DPS the structure from the top, because once the wind becomes active, they want the structure falling in the opposite direction, so they can actually use the DPS buff without risking the structure falling too fast and wiping the raid. As for the what happens when it falls part, you can make the floor soaked in water and add a lightning part to the top of the structure. So when it falls, everyone gets electrocuted and die instantly. You can also make the floor flammable and add a ball of fire to the top of the structure, but it will just make it look like ice cream. Also, before I forget, if this does get implemented in World of Warcraft, I want to apologize to everyone who has any intentions of doing LFR in the future. I do believe that Blizzard has the technology to make this fight work properly, and it seems like a fun idea. I hope you guys enjoyed,